Last night cost us $0 to stay at our campground. We've been full-time RVing for over 4 years, and here's what nobody tells you about Thousand Trails. If you're new here, welcome in. We're Matt and Maria, turning dreams to memories, and for almost all of it, Thousand Trails has been our home base.
And today we're going to give you an honest review. We've lived in this system for 4 years, and we're going to give you an inside scoop that nobody else can.
Join us. First of all, you might be thinking to yourself, what is Thousand Trails? Is it a timeshare? It isn't. It's a campground membership you pay up front and then monthly dues, and you have access to 80 to 100 parks.
Now, there's a lot more to that. There's a lot of caveats and everything involved, and we're going to dive into that a little bit for you today.
What does Thousand Trails cost?
Well, before we get into that, I'm going to take us back to when we first started camping. And we sold our house and we hit the road, and I had probably maybe a month's worth of bookings and really didn't take into account how much a campground costs to stay at. The national average now is $60 per night. That comes out to $21,900 a year that I didn't have any idea how we were going to take care of that. And as I did research, I kind of stumbled upon Thousand Trails. Thousand Trails has been a lifesaver and has been the reason we've been able to do this lifestyle. They have multiple different membership tiers. Buy new ones. You can also buy pre-owned older memberships. I'm really not going to dig that deep into that today because there's a lot to it. But like the entry level membership, I think you could start, it's like $500 or $600 a year, and then up to the top of the adventure package, which for a lifetime membership is around $18,000. And then with all of those, you do have monthly dues that do go up. I think it's a couple percent every year until you hit a certain age, and then then that freezes.
So if I was doing a little quick math in our particular situation, we bought a pre-owned membership for $7,500. It more than paid for itself after the first 4 months.
Yeah, I've done the math on it now. I think it's, if you do the division and everything, we're paying under $5 a night for our stays, which is incredible. One
of the biggest pros of Thousand Trails is our network size. In our particular network, we have over 100 parks that we can stay at.
And their locations are incredible. They're all over. They're from Maine to Florida to Southern California to Washington. You're looking at places that are in the mountains, places that are at the beach, the desert. They pretty much have it all.
Another pro is the amenities at each park. Now, some parks are older and some are newer, but they all tend to have about the same amenities, from pools to sport courts to dog parks to laundry.
They'll have a lodge where you can go in, and they'll have couches and a TV inside. Some of them actually have kitchens in those lodges, some of them don't. Horseshoes, there's always stuff to do. And a lot of the parks also have activities directors, so they'll have events that gets all the campers together to do things together. So one of the big benefits that we find with Thousand Trails is knowing the cost in advance. What it's going to cost us to stay. We're not ever surprised. We pay our monthly dues. Our membership's been paid off for a long time. So that's not something that we ever have to worry about. We're able to stay 3 weeks. It doesn't cost us anything out of pocket except for that monthly due. We do have one little add-on that we can do. It's if we want to add a week on, we can do that twice a year, and it's an extra $29. But that also has a lot to do if you're at a high usage park, and I don't think we're diving into that today either because that's a lot.
Some parks also have upgraded sites where you can pay $10 a day to stay on the water or have a spectacular view, and we recommend that.
Yes, if they do have that option, definitely take advantage of it.
So now the con list.
So one thing that upset me recently that happened is they took away 4 of our parks and designated them as Encore parks.
What does that mean?
It's a whole nother part of the membership that you can add on to that adds a bunch of different parks. Another one of those we're not going to wrap our heads around today because that's a lot, but it really, kind of irritated me because we were going to plan on spending this winter in Arizona, and instead of having 4 or 5 parks, we had 1. So we had to kind of alter our plans, and they let us make the reservations and then took them away from us. That's something that I wasn't happy about.
On the flip side of that, they did add 1 park.
Colorado,
which is fine.
But I don't know. You don't take 4 and don't take 4 and give us 1. Another thing that I'm not a fan of is they've got some parks that are less desirable. Carolina Landing, we were supposed to stay there. We were kind of in the area, went and drove through, and
We love doing a little recon.
it wasn't happy with that. When we were staying at in Pennsylvania, we were staying at Timothy Lake South, and they've got another park that's a couple miles down the road, Timothy Lake North. Two different animals right there. Timothy Lake South is beautiful. The sites are well taken care of. North, not so much. They need to do some updating.
Another con is they all don't have full hookups.
Yeah.
We noticed that when we went to Morgan Hill in California, they did not have sewer. So we had to make other plans.
Yeah, we're getting ready after we leave here. We're going to Bend, Oregon, and that's going to be the same thing there. They don't have sewage at the campground, but it is what it is at this point. Another thing that's a little bit difficult is during high use season, and they designate certain parks that are in very popular areas during certain times of year, and they'll designate this is once you stay at one, you can't come back for 28 days. And I'll say another thing that kind of I see as a big con is a lot of these campgrounds have a ton of annual sites, and they are hoarderish, and they take over more than their area of space, and it's stuff that they probably shouldn't be doing. They'll have tarps hanging off. It's kind of a, what would you say? Just
taking advantage of the campsite, kind of like they'll have a whole fenced in if they're on a corner lot. Like I don't know how to explain it, but they like kind of spread out too much.
Yeah, and it's kind of a mess, and it's an eyesore, but it's always nice people. So I wanted to add one more thing about the campgrounds with Thousand Trails. These campgrounds are all older. Before the 45 footers, before the huge, the big campers. So not all of them are big rig friendly. And if you are a big rig, I would always suggest doing your research on it, make sure you can fit. You can always call the park. And then another thing about coming to these parks, always do your research, because I know there's a couple we've gone to and there's been really low bridges. There's like, which one is it?
Tennessee.
Natchez Trace in Tennessee. I think there's 3 ways you can get to the campground, and one of them takes you under a 10-foot bridge. So
research.
Yes.
So what's the verdict? If somebody were to ask us after 4 years, would we recommend Thousand Trails memberships to others? What would you say?
I absolutely would. Just one thing to keep in mind, these aren't top tier luxury resorts. So if that's your cup of tea, these probably aren't going to be for you.
I would definitely recommend Thousand Trails. The locations are incredible. We have stayed at almost 50 of their parks so far. When we revisit them, it just feels like home. We understand the check-in process.
I'm going to go back to one thing that we've talked about before, and I think it's the biggest thing with Thousand Trails, is the affordability. It allows you to afford this lifestyle.
If you've ever stayed at a Thousand Trails campground or you're thinking about it, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions, we're happy to help.
Guys, I want to thank you for watching our channel today. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in there. I know this is a subject that a lot of people have a lot of questions about. We're fairly knowledgeable in it, and if not, we'll do a little research and see if we can't figure it out for you. And if you guys do like content like this, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.